Ehang is an UAM manufacturer, the #1 company in the field of simulated aircraft using drones. It's a Chinese company, but it's listed on Nasdaq. EH-216 drones from Ehang produced 35 in 2019 and 48 in 2020. This product is already recognized for its stability through 10,000s of flight tests. Currently, there are pilot runs in the US and Europe. In Guangzhou, China, drone taxis will be operated as a formal business, not as a pilot project, from the end of this year. China is leading the way in commercial drone technology. Of course, the best technologies are owned by NASA, but most of the products that consumers can buy at reasonable prices are from China. Recently, the US government felt a sense of crisis over the growth of Chinese companies such as DJI. In line with that, NASA has been issuing patents for advanced technologies related to drones to private companies through the spin-off project, and as you may know, the performance of drones has improved tremendously since the end of last year. Drones like Skydio-2 and EVO-2 have already outperformed DJI's best drones. Consumers know that Chinese companies are no longer the best as they used to be. So some people say that Chinese drones are not good, they're just cheap, but it's really technology that can be mass-produced at a low prices. Tesla is on the verge of full-fledged success with a system that can mass-produce relatively inexpensive electric vehicles like Model 3. Currently, there are two main objections to Ehang's growth. First, some people can't believe it, because it's a Chinese company. Second, some people think that UAM is far from commercialized. China has few regulations on high-tech industries and a lot of government support. Currently, there is no company except Ehang that can commercialize UAM properly at the end of 2020. This is why the following advantages of UAM's commercialization are: 5 stages of self-driving and safety. Ehang's drone is capable of autonomous driving at the level of X-Pilot 5.0 right now. There's no one walking around in the sky, no traffic lights, and there's no obstruction of view in the building. These days drones have an automatic flight function called waypoint. This is actually X-Pilot 5.0 self-driving. Most leisure drones now have this capability called waypoint. The tolerance for driving error using GPS is only a few millimeters, at most a few centimeters. Therefore, I think drone taxis above a certain level can be driven autonomously right now if there is no legal limit. Another advantage of drone taxis is that they are safe. It is overwhelmingly safe, especially when compared to helicopters. Usually, the number of propellers in the UAM is over 10, and the number of propellers in the Ehang 216 is 16. Even if 5 of them fail, it is possible to land safely. It's incredibly safe compared to a helicopter that's going down if only one propeller is damaged. Marketability of Ehang. 1. When it comes to the marketability of an enterprise through securing production infrastructure, the most important thing is to have an infrastructure that can be created cheaply and at a high rate. And in Shenzhen and Guangzhou, facing Hong Kong, there are world-class drone companies like DJI and Ehang, plus more than 10,000 core parts manufacturers. The best industrial ecosystem for UAM production has already been completed. In addition to Guangzhou's existing facilities, the construction of Yunfu's new plant offers capability that is more than 12 times the current drone production. This tells us that we are ready to meet the exploding demand in China, to supply it, and to lead to actual sales. 2. Firefighting solution for high-rise buildings. The initial occupancy market for the Ehang drone is a firefighting solution for high-rise buildings. Beginning in the first half of next year, Ehang will penetrate the niche market, a firefighting solution for high-rise buildings. Through cooperation with local and central government fire authorities in China, we decided to focus on selling 216F, a firefighting model. China's State Department also proposes to accelerate the development of the UAM industry and the actual application of firefighting unmanned aerial vehicles. China's State Council also urged the inclusion of UAM development in national strategies. There are currently about 7,000 high-rise fire accidents a year in China, and the number of high-rise fires continues to increase every year. However, there is a limit to the skyscraper that is more than 120 meters tall because the ladder of the existing fire truck does not reach. Using the Ehang drone, you can go to the location in the shortest time to extinguish a fire. Equipped with a 150-liter fire foam and 6 firefighting rockets, the Ehang fire drone can be controlled remotely after entering its destination in the command and control room. China has the largest number of skyscrapers in the world. Among them, there are more than 5,000 skyscrapers over 120 meters, and there are about 7,000 downtown fire centers. Assuming that the Chinese government buys 1 drone for every 7 fire centers, 1,000 drones will be in demand, and given that each drone costs about $30,000, Ehang's sales for fire drones can be estimated at $30 million. 3. A delivery drone and an ambulance drone. Ehang introduced drones to DHL's shipping business in Guangzhou in June 2019. It is not possible to deliver it directly to the customer yet, but when the customer puts the delivery in the cabinet, the drone delivers it to the nearest DHL center. There's a possibility of an ambulance. Ehang also participated in the Ambula, supported by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. Risk factors. The most problematic thing about driving downtown is noise. Research on low noise is ongoing. EH216 has a very short flight time of 26 minutes. Therefore, the flight distance is only 35 km. The creation of an E-port corresponding to the vertical takeoff and landing points has been delayed due to the influence of COVID-19. It was delayed due to the need for special equipment certification for 216F, a fire-fighting drone. Conclusion. The growth rate of financial statements is high compared to the previous year, and due to the active support policy of the UAM project for the Chinese government, high-rise fire-fighting drones are likely to be commercialized immediately. With good margins per unit, explosive sales growth is expected from the third quarter of next year, after the establishment of the Yunfu plant, but the drone industry itself is quite early, so risks are high, but returns are certain. Be especially careful of paid-in capital increase. Therefore, we hope you invest in extra funds that you can take for a long time.